Hello guys, let's start with agenda. I will describe a little idea how to make your Fastlane lanes work with GitHub Actions. Then I will show you example of the project that already set up GitHub Actions and Fastlane, and give you some ideas what can go wrong with actual setup. Initially, when you start working on your project, sometimes you have Fastlane already in place and you just want to make it work for your CI builds. Like example, I show you I have this Fastlane that sent to test flight. Let's start with actions. Short overview. Actions is actual a system that allows you to do CI and CD on your repository, and actually GitHub give you around 200 minutes for iOS builds, like for builds that runs on macOS for free each month. That's actually very good, and for small team it can help actually send builds to test flight and check merge to the master branches. As you see, I have two scripts here. First is default one, like when you create new workflow. You can see that here is plenty of predefined suggestion scripts for my repository, and first one that I show you is like default one. To get the idea, you actually can look into the script here, and it's YAML script. First thing is the name, then you describe events that can run the script. It's workflow dispatch that allows you to run the script using this button. Two more, it's like push and pull requests. And script has jobs. I have this one have only one job, and the main thing is the steps. So I have checkout step, I have set default scheme step, build step, and test step. If you look at the actual thing that there is a lot of code in shell script, actually bash I think, that parse something, found like try to find default scheme, default simulator, and etc. etc. You can create a very small convenient version of this if you know precisely which simulator you want to use and which scheme. And now we go to the actual workflow that runs Fastlane. As you see, it's very simple. These two steps run Fastlane with different event tag. So if I found that it was a workflow dispatch, I work event like dispatch. If I found that it was not workflow dispatch, there is only another event creating like pushing the tags. So event is tag. And as you see, it runs Fastlane flight lane. This one. When I start running these lanes, it was very strange. Like I have a lot of issues down the road, and I create one single solution that works for me actually. The idea is to use SSH files. So I create two secrets, SSH public and SSH private, like contain inside the contents of SSH public key as an SSH private key. Then I create this SSH public and private keys on the runner itself, second step after selecting the Xcode version. And then I go with checkout, and then Fastlane works actually on my repository. The main trick in this script is actually create public and private keys and make them work. Nothing more, it's very simple. And if we look into the Fastlane itself, like description of the lane, here is some tricks. Like first we should have this connection. I use not username password but connection key API, App Store connect key. And also I create additional keychain, like unlocked keychain with passwords that I know actually, to allow me to create additional certificates using Fastlane Match. I will describe a little bit about what Fastlane Match actually do. And I have this push version amendment here. Like if we not build a tag, like we on the branch of top of all commits, so we should increment build number, so next build also can be pushed into the test flight. Yeah, as you see, I use git push here because it's like more convenient than using Fastlane for me actually. And I described the build actually without bitcode. And after the build is ready, it is submitted to test flight. Let's see how it works. So I have my repo here, and I can go to the actions and can choose required actions like test flight main, and I can hit the run. After some seconds we have this workflow running. So let's see. I especially log here the event that triggers the workflow. As you see, it's workflow dispatch. Then I select the Xcode version. If you don't select Xcode version, sometime you can have these issues when developer toolchain is not in sync with Xcode version that was automatically chosen. So it's better to select Xcode version before you start running things. Then there is create SSH file step. It's actually pretty fast forward and fast step. And after that I have this SSH key into the keychain. So everything that goes after that can use actually. Then go checkout, and then you see we run specific version of Fastlane, not the tag version but dispatch version. And if we go to the Fastlane script, let's go and see what actually happened, and I will show you how it works step by step. First it App Store connect API key. Then create keychain. We go into this branch, so we create keychain here. Then sync code sign-in. It's actually Fastlane match. I have match file. You can see that this is name of my repository, where is a match keys and certificates, like certificates and development profiles saved, encrypted with my specific password. Here is my username of my developer account, and actually that when I have this step with API key, it's not required, but sometimes I run match locally without like Fastlane, just match, and we run the red only. So there is no local code identities was found, so the match actually decrypt my certificate, like developer actual distribution certificate, and create additional provision profiles, like also decrypt them and add storage. I have this additional step for debug, like find certificates here, so I can see what certificates already into the keychain. Let's keep it. Step increment build number. So actually when you go and increment the build number, it's updating self bundle version key in info list and in the Xcode projects. And here are some tricks I will show that actually required to make it work. You know, when you see info list file, there is two actual bundle versions. Not like bundle versions, but application versions. One that users see is marketing, like bundle version string short. I create marketing version link here from the build settings. And another thing is bundle version. It's a actual string, but it should be an int number here. To make it work, you should have setup that allows it works. I create a list of things that you can check before actually go with specific setup. So you see here is all described. It's gist, and the link will be in the video description. So you should check that self bundle version is actual number into list. You should go and check that versioning system in your project is Apple generic. Also you should check if you want like a specific marketing version value, then generate info list key should be set to no. See, I have no here, and so regarding marketing version, I prefer to have it synchronized with the actual project. So if you look into the info list file, I have marketing version link here, and in project you can go to the general tab and set up it here. It's easy to use that way for me. Okay, so Fastlane actually use widget tool next version all on the next step. On the step increment build number, it use this one command line, like next version all, and as you see, it creates like increment bundle number to 2, then it goes with next step, and next step will be commit version bump, committed build version bump, and then step will be git push, and it push it into the main branch of the repo. So next build will go with version 3. After the increment build number, it will have version 3, and you can actually send it to the test flight without any issues. Yeah, next one step will be a build application. So a lot of things happen here. Yeah, we start compiling, processing, and here we have the sim files, right? Compressed the sim and IPA. Right now we have IPA built into this path, and next step is like upload to test flight. So if we already have this connection established, it will upload using this connection. I actually use a little bit trick here, skip waiting processing. What actually is do? It's not waiting until the binary will be processed on the test flight, and test flight returns that okay, binary is okay. It's in general took 3 minutes, and when the actual script runs 7 minutes, this additional 3 minutes is not required actually for me, because I get notifications that about this workflow on the email, and then I get notification from test flight that everything okay and the version is shipped. So there is no way like I need to wait, because I can look into my emails, and if I have like a workflow run but no version shipped, something go wrong, and I should check on the actual test flight page. Also in this gist I provide the Fastlane lane description that you can use on your repository. Like, you should change the key, it's actually understandable, and you should change build settings for the application. Yeah. Also I provide a match file here with setup that I used for the match. It may be helpful. And I provide a local command line to actually check that match works for you. I provide you several links that actually can help. It's action documentation, how to run a workflow from API, how to add in batch status, how to skip workflow from commit message, and description of the topmost runner right now, like the most fresh one. Here you can see installed software section where you can check if you tools that you actually want to use listed here, so you don't need to install it additionally, and there is a lot of tools. And you can see which versions of Java available, which versions of Ruby available, which versions of Python available. It also have Rust installed here, which very cool, I think. Yeah, here is about Visual, section about Visual Studio, section about Xcode or version of Xcode, and here is like a list of all SDKs that's installed here. It's a lot of. You can have names of simulator here if you need one specific. Here is Android variants, yeah, it's very cool to have this description. And here is a list of secrets that you should install in your repository. I will show you what I have right now. Secrets can be installed here in this section. Secrets for actions, and here you see I have my Fastlane match password, which is actual password for repository of Fastlane. App Store API private key, it's like copy of the strings that inside this P8 key. SSH private, SSH public is actual things that contents of private and public key respectively. Here I provide a link how to actually create a SSH pair. You can use first one, like this one. This is your email, obviously, and you will have this name, like ED25519, but as you see in the description, I actually create IDRCA name. You know, this is a general name, whereas the system looks for like default key, so I prefer use this name. Any key, like with any decryption style on this page, will work. I recommend this AD25519. Basically that's all. If you have some questions, please write a comment. I will create additional video if there is a lot of questions that I not describe it. So thank you for watching and have a good day. Bye.